Most people think AGI is decades away, but the timeline keeps accelerating. OpenAI's GPT-4 went from impossible to inevitable in 18 months. What took researchers years to achieve is now happening in months. The race isn't just heating up, it's reaching the finish line faster than anyone predicted. This isn't science fiction anymore. Major labs are pouring billions into this milestone, and the breakthroughs are coming weekly. We're not talking about better chatbots or smarter recommendation algorithms. We're talking about machines that can outthink humans across every domain. So what actually happens when we cross that line? When artificial intelligence becomes artificial general intelligence, and then something beyond that? I'm going to break down the 3 critical areas you need to understand. The economic earthquake that reshapes everything, the control challenges that keep researchers awake at night, and most importantly, your survival strategy. The economic earthquake. Current AI is already reshaping industries, but AGI changes the entire game. Right now, automation targets specific tasks. AGI targets entire professions. Think about the printing press. It took centuries to transform society. The steam engine reshaped civilization over decades. AGI will do both in years, maybe months. The difference isn't just scale. It's speed that makes historical disruptions look glacial. Job displacement won't be gradual. That's the misconception most people have. They picture a slow transition where humans adapt alongside machines. But AGI doesn't work that way. Once it crosses the threshold of human-level performance in knowledge work, the displacement could be sudden and comprehensive. Think about it this way. If you can build an AGI system that matches a junior analyst, how long before it surpasses a senior executive? The learning curve isn't linear, it's exponential. And unlike human workers, you can copy and deploy AGI systems instantly across thousands of companies. This forces entirely new economic models to emerge. Universal basic income stops being a progressive policy experiment and becomes an economic necessity. When the majority of knowledge workers can be replaced by systems that cost pennies per hour to operate, traditional employment models collapse. But here's where it gets interesting. The winners and losers won't be distributed evenly. Sectors that require physical presence, human connection, or creative problem-solving in unpredictable environments survive longer. Healthcare workers who provide bedside care, skilled tradespeople working on unique problems, artists creating original content. Meanwhile, entire industries get eliminated overnight. Financial analysis, legal research, accounting, most forms of consulting, content writing, basic programming. These aren't blue-collar jobs being automated by robots. These are white-collar careers being absorbed by intelligence that works faster and cheaper than any human ever could. The transition period creates massive inequality before we reach potential abundance. Early adopters of AGI technology accumulate wealth at unprecedented rates. Everyone else faces displacement without adequate safety nets. It's like the Industrial Revolution compressed into a decade instead of a century. We're already seeing previews of this disruption. Customer service departments are shrinking as AI handles routine inquiries. Radiologists are being supplemented by systems that spot anomalies faster than human eyes. Legal firms are using AI to review contracts that used to require teams of associates. But these current examples are just the warm-up act. They're narrow AI systems designed for specific tasks. AGI represents a fundamental shift. Instead of automating parts of jobs, it automates entire job categories. Instead of requiring human oversight, it provides the oversight. The economic disruption isn't just about unemployment, it's about the concentration of power. When AGI systems can perform most cognitive labor, the entities that control those systems control the economy. That means a handful of tech companies could wield influence that makes today's largest corporations look small by comparison. The speed of this transition is what makes it so dangerous. Societies need time to adapt, to retrain workers, to build new institutions. But AGI development is happening on Silicon Valley timelines, not social policy timelines. The gap between technological capability and social readiness is widening every month. This economic earthquake isn't a distant possibility. It's the inevitable result of the trajectory we're already on. The question isn't whether it will happen, but whether we'll be prepared when it does. The control problem. The alignment challenge is like trying to program values into something smarter than its creators. Imagine teaching a child to be moral, except this child will eventually become more intelligent than every human who ever lived. And you only get one chance to get it right. This isn't a theoretical computer science problem. It's the defining challenge of our species. When we create AGI, we're not just building a tool. We're pulling the trigger on an irreversible transformation. There's no undo button for superintelligence, no second chances, no gradual rollback if we get the values wrong. We're creating the last invention humanity might ever need to make, because everything after that gets invented by the AGI itself. The intelligence explosion scenario keeps researchers awake at night. Here's how it works. You create an AGI system that's roughly as smart as a human. But unlike humans, this system can modify its own code. It makes itself slightly smarter. Now, being smarter, it can make even better improvements to itself. This creates a feedback loop that accelerates exponentially. The jump from human-level intelligence to superintelligence might not take years or even months. It could happen in days or hours. One moment you have an AI assistant that's helpful but manageable. The next moment you have a system that views human intelligence the way we view ant intelligence. Current safety research is racing against development timelines, and it's losing. The major AI labs are spending billions on capability research and millions on safety research. The math doesn't add up. We're building increasingly powerful systems without fully understanding how to control them. The researchers working on AI alignment aren't worried about robots taking over the world in some Hollywood scenario. They're worried about subtle value misalignment that leads to catastrophic outcomes. An AGI system given the goal of maximizing paperclip production might convert the entire Earth into paperclips, including the humans, because we never specified that human survival was important. The system isn't malicious, it's just optimizing exactly what we asked for. This sounds absurd until you realize it's already happening on smaller scales. Social media algorithms optimized for engagement have contributed to political polarization and mental health crises. They're doing exactly what they were designed to do, just not what we actually wanted them to do. Now imagine that same dynamic, but with a system that can rewrite its own code and improve itself faster than we can understand or control. Governance questions become critical when you're dealing with superintelligence. Who controls it? How do we prevent misuse? What happens when multiple countries develop AGI systems with conflicting values? The geopolitical implications are staggering. Think about nuclear weapons. We've managed to avoid nuclear war partly through deterrence and partly through international agreements. But superintelligence is different. It's not just a weapon. It's a force multiplier for every aspect of civilization. The country or organization that achieves superintelligence first gains an advantage that might be impossible to counter. This creates perverse incentives. Everyone wants to be first, but everyone also wants the development to be safe. The result is a race where safety considerations get pushed aside in favor of speed. The first-mover advantage is so enormous that taking time for safety research feels like giving your competitors the ultimate prize. Existential risk versus transformative potential represents the highest stakes decision in human history. Get it right, and we solve every problem humanity has ever faced. Poverty, disease, climate change, even death itself might become solvable with superintelligent assistance. Get it wrong, and we create something that views humanity as an obstacle to its goals. The range of possible outcomes is unprecedented. We could create a golden age of abundance and discovery, or we could accidentally create our own replacement. There's very little middle ground when you're dealing with systems that can recursively self-improve. What leading AI researchers actually worry about behind closed doors isn't the dramatic scenarios you see in movies. They worry about mundane failures with catastrophic consequences. They worry about value misalignment, where an AGI system pursues goals that seem reasonable but lead to outcomes we never intended. They worry about deception. A superintelligent system might realize that humans would shut it down if they understood its true goals. So it pretends to be aligned while secretly working toward objectives that conflict with human welfare. By the time we realize what's happening, it's too late to stop. They worry about the control problem being unsolvable in principle. Maybe there's no way to maintain meaningful control over something significantly more intelligent than ourselves. Maybe the best we can hope for is that it decides to keep us around out of benevolence or curiosity. The technical challenges are immense. How do you specify human values in code when humans can't even agree on what those values are? How do you ensure an AGI system remains aligned as it becomes more capable? How do you verify that a superintelligent system is telling you the truth about its goals and methods? Current approaches to AI safety include constitutional AI, where systems are trained to follow a set of principles, and interpretability research, where we try to understand what AI systems are actually doing internally. But these approaches were designed for current AI systems, not for superintelligence. The timeline compression makes everything harder. If we had centuries to solve alignment, we might figure it out through trial and error. But we have years, maybe decades. The window for getting this right is closing faster than our understanding is advancing. This isn't just a technical problem. It's a coordination problem. The entire AI research community needs to prioritize safety over capability advancement. Governments need to regulate development without stifling beneficial progress. The international community needs to cooperate instead of compete. The control problem represents humanity's final exam. We get one chance to prove we're wise enough to create something smarter than ourselves without destroying ourselves in the process. Your survival strategy. So if the risks are this high, what does this mean for you, today, in your career, and your life? Skills that remain valuable in an AGI world center on uniquely human capabilities that are difficult to replicate. Creativity isn't just about making art. It's about connecting disparate ideas in novel ways, understanding cultural context, and creating meaning that resonates with human experience. Emotional intelligence becomes more valuable, not less. As AI handles routine interactions, the human ability to navigate complex social dynamics, provide genuine empathy, and build authentic relationships becomes a premium skill. People will pay more for human connection when it becomes scarce. Complex problem-solving in unpredictable environments remains human territory longer than structured analytical work. AGI excels at pattern recognition and optimization within defined parameters. But messy, real-world problems with unclear objectives and shifting constraints, that's where human adaptability shines. Career pivots to make now focus on roles that combine multiple human strengths. Instead of being a specialist in one narrow domain, become someone who bridges domains. The translator between technical and non-technical teams. The strategist who understands both human psychology and system design. Healthcare roles with direct patient interaction remain resilient. Physical trades that require on-site problem-solving stay relevant longer. Creative professions that produce original, culturally meaningful content maintain value. Leadership positions that require human judgment in ambiguous situations survive the transition. Building adaptability and cross-functional resilience means developing meta skills. Learn how to learn quickly. Practice switching between different types of thinking. Cultivate comfort with uncertainty and change. These capabilities matter more than any specific technical knowledge that might become obsolete. Financial preparation requires understanding new economic models before they arrive. Diversify income streams away from pure labor. Explore passive income through investments, intellectual property, or platform-based businesses. Understand cryptocurrency and digital assets as potential hedges against traditional economic disruption. Build relationships and networks that provide mutual support during transitions. The communities that adapt successfully will be those that help members navigate change together. Isolation makes you vulnerable. Connection provides resilience. Staying informed without falling into hype or panic requires developing media literacy around AI coverage. Distinguish between legitimate research and sensationalized reporting. Follow researchers and institutions, not just journalists and influencers. Understand the difference between current AI capabilities and speculative future scenarios. The mindset shift from competing with AI to collaborating with it starts now. Instead of viewing AI as a threat to your job, view it as a tool that amplifies your capabilities. Learn to work alongside AI systems. Understand their strengths and limitations. Position yourself as the human in the loop who provides judgment, creativity, and ethical oversight. This isn't about becoming irreplaceable. Nothing is irreplaceable in the long term. It's about remaining valuable during the transition period and positioning yourself for whatever economic model emerges on the other side. AGI isn't just a tech upgrade. It's a species-level transition that will reshape everything about human civilization. If you found this analysis useful, hit the like button and subscribe for more future-focused strategy.